Roach Clip motherfucking podcast.
Yo.
Straight out the cut.
Straight out the cut. Woo, I ran out of breath on that one. Trying to stand up over here. I'm going to start squatting and shit.
Are you in South Phoenix or what?
Stand up. Always, bro. I live with that South Phoenix mentality. Gotta live it on your feet.
Trying to be more active.
You're now tuned in to the Roach Clip podcast. The podcast that loves you like Barney loved his friends. I'm Tholo, your co-host for the evening. And I'm joined by some wonderful, beautiful degenerates. We got the Blood Master General himself.
Prodi Mirkus. Así es.
Así es.
Así mero.
We got the one that talks to the stars.
I haven't talked to the stars recently, though.
Yeah, we
I'm
got
disconnected from all that.
True.
we got to get him back on the.
So yeah, my name's Alto. Illustrates on Instagram. If you want to follow me, go ahead.
Ooh, I like that. Great background music.
Mikey Mike's in the house here. I got a banger full of Zonka Farms Do-si-dos, enough for all of us to get the show started up.
Nice. So we're gonna be taking a dab before the show starts. Let's see. Show that to the camera over here.
Little Zonka Farms Do-si-dos there.
That's what I'm
And
talking about.
I load enough in there so we can just all pass it around
All
and
right.
get some of that concentrated goodness.
We call this the Tolo Cam. September 18, 1973. On this day in history, future U.S. President Jimmy Carter files a report stating he sighted a UFO in 1969. According to Carter, it was the darnest thing I've ever seen. It was big. It was very bright. It changed colors, and it was about the size of the moon. Whoa. We watched it for 10 minutes, but none of us could figure out what it was. If I became president, I'll make every piece of this information to this country available. Guess what happened, though, when he became president?
Was that campaign season
They
or
got
something?
a hold of him and said that'll be the last we hear about that.
Yeah, so he called the CIA to
That's
ask for some secrets and told him go fuck himself. For real, dog.
The CIA don't work like that.
I bet they love doing that to presidents.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Just because you're the president don't mean you got access.
They're like, no, we were here and we'll be here after you leave too.
Yeah, I just read too. The guy from Blink 182. I guess he had some footage, and I guess they confirmed that it was actual UFO sighting.
Oh, I was reading that today, too, this morning.
Is there a
Barely came
development in that? The Tom DeLonge
Yeah.
project?
That's the evidence that he's been holding on to. Remember, he said he had evidence, but he was going to release it.
Yeah, I guess that finally now they
he
said that it
released
was
it?
actual.
Yeah.
Bro, and it
actual
looks like
footage.
a little UFO, like the traditional flying saucer.
Really? Now, he's got a scientist on his side, right?
Yep.
Not Bob
Yeah.
Lazar, but someone we don't know
Yes.
yet.
Yeah, I
Oh,
forgot
right.
that other dude's name.
He has that, and then he had that guy that was ex-military or Air Force personnel that worked with like classified files
right,
in that
right.
area.
But he didn't release his name, right?
Yeah, he did. He
Okay.
did. They're all trying to debunk him now. It's like so easy to
Yeah.
just confuse people
But
on
the
the internet
pictures-
these days, huh?
But you saw the pictures are new?
Oh, I didn't see the pic. They saw the picture.
I saw the picture.
Yeah, I guess it's the same pictures from back in the day that he has
But
that he's
people,
been keeping.
people were saying they were fake, but the experts from
They're
the
not doctors.
the NASA or whatever, the actual scientists are saying that motherfucking picture is real and it's a real
Has not been
unidentified
doctored.
object. Yep.
Holy shit.
I got a bonus one on this day, September 18, 1970. Jimi Hendrix chokes to death on his own vomit.
You guys ever see that Final 24?
On Jimi Hendrix?
They have a gang, like the Final 24 Hours of like Chris Farley and like all kinds of super famous
Oh,
people.
what?
Oh, no, I haven't seen that.
They
It's a
debunked
series?
Jimi Hendrix being a suicide or faulty death or because of a drug overdose. They said that they tracked down the paramedics that took him in because they couldn't track down the paramedics for years. And this show tracked down the paramedics, and they said that girl that was with him, the white chick, she wasn't there when they got there, and he wasn't in pajamas. He was still dressed up like he just got back from the club, and he had wine all over his shirt. And then they said they found wine in his lungs. So like the theory is that he got hit up by the mob, by his old manager, because the old manager owed him millions from his contract, and then that fool had him handled by the mob, and they waterboarded him with wine, because there's no other way that you can end up with wine in your lungs like that.
That's
you have to
weird.
be drowned by it.
This says the coroner would rule that the legendary singer Jimi Hendrix has aspirated his own vomit, and died of asphyxiation while intoxicated with barbiturates. His girlfriend later revealed that Hendricks had taken 9 of her prescribed Vasparax sleeping tablets, 18 times the recommended dosage. He had been the highest. Damn it. So 9 pills is 18 times the recommended dosage. So what do you have to fucking cut that pill into 4s?
Yeah, it's probably it's probably a potent.
It's one of you got to buy that little tool that cuts your pills, like my nana used to have, because they can't. Once you're old, you can't just break a pill. So there's like that little. Have you seen those? You put your pill and it has like
It's
little
got
razor
a razor
blade.
in it. Yeah, but it's plastic on the outside. It'll say like Kaiser Permanente or something on it, or Humana.
Shout out Humana.
You know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying?
Or Lilly, or what's the one right now? Purdue. Yeah. So they're getting caught throwing billions into offshore accounts, Swiss accounts. And those Swiss banks I don't know if there's any way to get them to talk or not. I don't know what
Probably
happens
not.
with that.
What did you hear? Procter and Gamble. No, it was Johnson and Johnson. Their stock went up because they only got fined like $500 million for all the OxyContin drama. So their stock went up because they got fined way less than anybody thought they were going to get
They
fined.
were untouchable.
Because Pfizer, right? They got fined billions, which is still pennies on the dollar compared to what they made.
Oh yeah, it's probably less than a penny.
Crazy how the creators of OxyContin and shit, they went Fortune 500 like 2016, but with like I think a $250,000 to like 3/4 of people that died from their drug, like overdose. But they put some kind of like plastic thing around it that stops the reaction, so you can abuse it supposedly.
Oh, the fast release and the slow release, because I've seen on the streets. So there's OxyContin, and then there's Roxycontin.
Oh.
And that's the fast release. So people that are looking for drugs, that's what they'd be looking for.
that
And
quick
just weed dealers will get those calls too. Hey, you got pills? Hey, you got pills? I'm looking for Roxys. They'd call them on the streets. And yes, they're so potent that some people would just take a quarter of one or a half of one, and then some people would take 2. I've heard of people snorting them.
Yeah.
I've been playing
my
poker
buddy-
in the Bellagio and seen a dude snort 2 of them like he was just getting started for the evening.
Were you
Yeah.
eating pistachios?
No.
So they
No
built up a
pistachios.
tolerance, man.
Like the homie Perp, that fool.
Strong stuff.
That fool came to the house one day, dude, and he was just chilling, and out of nowhere, he just told me, "Hey, is it cool if I crush this pill up and snort it?" I was like, "Go for it, bro."
Allegedly.
Shit. Allegedly, I was like, "Go ahead, man. If that's your thing, I'm not gonna stop you." But
Yeah.
like,
never
it's trippy
felt
though,
right.
like that they took it to that extent. Now they're actually
Right.
snorting it
Because
now.
you hear about in rap songs, you hear about, so Vicodin got really popular in different
Perkies.
forms of hydrocodones and Percocets. But now we're talking about something that's way more powerful than those and served in a much higher dose too. It's the kind of thing that would only be intended for
To get fucked up.
someone who's or
Who's
someone
dying
who's
already.
wrecked their motorcycle or something.
Yeah,
Your
someone
body's
who's
burned
full
from
body.
head to toe. Yeah, kind of pain, So.
That's like right before they put you on the drips or something.
Yeah, exactly. And they will. They'll put you on a morphine drip before they'll put you on these
on the
these drugs.
super.
Before they put you on weed?
Yeah, before they'll put you on weed. Yeah.
That's how how many drugs it got out there to like painkillers.
So the Sackler family, a bunch of them are being indicted. I don't know if it's more than 10 or less than 10, but it's a handful of family members, not just 1 or 2. That's going to have to pay a lot of money in restitution, but hopefully they're going to go to jail. Hopefully they're going to have to serve jail time.
That's the OxyContin people.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
ones
right?
who
They
created
went
and marketed.
Fortune 500, man.
Absolutely, yeah.
How do you go Fortune 500 and your product is killing almost 1 million people, man?
It's crazy. And we're sitting here talking about vapes.
And
We're
then,
not even talking about a game. We're talking about practice.
And then that shit is a trip, dude. Like all these painkillers, dude, that derive from opiates, poppy flowers.
So that's the other thing is people don't realize how natural it is. There are synthetic forms of these things, but most patients prefer that real. They want that real morphine. They don't want that synthetic. They want that good,
Imagine
right?
if you
That
took 'em
natural.
to an opium, then they'll fucking.
Well, that's what makes you
chill.
realize how these companies really are drug dealers. When you realize the drug is a natural thing, it's made from a plant, just like the street stuff is.
They just all cut it a little different.
And it's exactly they're just cutting it different or making it more pure to get you really on it.
My pops was tripping the other day. So you got kidney stones? And he's like, dude, I swear they're giving me fake morphine.
See?
Yeah, he's all that shit ain't the same like it used to be. He's all they had to give me 3 different types of morphines till it worked.
So he's probably right. His body's sensing that. Because my stepdad just said the same thing in the hospital back in Texas last week.
No way.
He told him, don't give me that. And he's already kind of out there, you know. And he just, the doctor walks in, he's like, don't give me that synthetic shit. You know what I mean? He's like, I want morphine and I want 4 milligrams.
He already knows his
That's like
doses.
suspicious.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because
That's when doctors are like,
but well, no, he's been in the hospital. When you're in pain, they're about to give him what he wants because he's 85 years old. You know what I mean? So it's.
That's probably what they hooked my dad up with,
and
right?
then
The
same thing
the
with his
Simpo.
dad. When he came back and said
The
this ain't
cheaper
working,
stuff.
they probably said, okay, here's the real morphine. You
They
know?
got that cheap stuff that they get on the bargain dollar.
That's crazy. So those synthetics don't cut it. They're still making money off the old school. You know what I mean? It's just-
The OG.
they just make it look pretty, like they
Yeah.
did something fancy. You know,
Exactly.
it's dope.
Yeah.
Straight up dope.
Straight dope.
Straight from Afghanistan, too.
Crazy.
You know? It's a trip. And we still dominate that. That's the first thing we went and took over.
Well, what's going on right now with the bombings? Have you guys heard about that? They bombed some. Iran's getting blamed, right,
Mm-hmm.
for bombing a Saudi oil plant.
The tanker, right? The boat? Or the
No,
plant?
they bombed the plant,
Oh, they might be getting blamed. I'm pretty sure. I don't know who else they're trying to take out right now.
and the Iranian president, is it president, prime minister, whatever the fuck they call him over
Yeah,
there?
president, I guess.
That say he's ready to go to war with the U.S.
Oh wow.
He said his missiles could reach like
Well,
halfway to the U.S. right now. So
we've
give
been
him
wanting
another 50 years.
We've
Yeah.
We've been wanting Iran for a minute, man. So
So there's an excuse right there.
hey, dude,
Let's
like,
go to war.
would this be the first time that we see governments
In cahoots.
what's the word?
In cahoots.
I guess
Collude?
staging-
Collusion?
colluding, plumbing the tax, man.
Kind of like, is that the Wag the Dog movie? I always say that. I always
Wag
try to
the
bring up that
Dog.
movie where it's a fake war, where they have to stage a war or whatever.
I'm pretty sure.
I
man,
don't
that's-
remember which movie it is.
Wag the dog.
I think it's Wag the Dog.
Shit, we had
90s
legislation
flick.
created because homeboy saw that War Games, right?
Uh-huh.
They had that movie, and he thought that was like a real thing.
Right.
Was that Reagan?
Um,
Was it Reagan or
I
Nixon?
think so. Mm.
They when he asked his intelligence.
Ronald Reagan. Here, let's get him on the mic.
Yeah. Can't just talk at a distance.
We got Ronald
Franco in
Ronald
here.
Reagan on the
Ronald
Get
microphone.
a little factage.
When Ronald Reagan had seen that movie, I think it was like the head of security, like the intelligence. He asked them, "Is it possible that this can happen?" And they basically said that it's actually more worse than you think. And then that's what made Reagan kind of freak out.
Okay.
After watching the movie like that.
Dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
that's true.
dun.
It can't be, though. It could be way worse.
And Reagan was an actor, so he probably believed everything he did in his own movies.
Actually, that's a good point. Yeah, he already came in feeling like he was on a movie set, probably.
Gotta play the role.
like, I've done this before. I know what to do. Like,
You guys ever heard that
smile and wave, boys.
that conversation that he had with Nixon?
Are they being racist?
Yeah, it was Nixon and Ronald Reagan,
think
right?
Or the
so.
document?
Yeah. No, there's I
Interesting.
heard the audio.
I didn't hear that.
I think they dropped the N word a couple times. Like, just do it. The N words are
Oh, no kidding.
they're gonna love it.
I think I have seen that. What are our thoughts on the vape outrage sweeping the country?
Well, the numbers are low. I think that's backed by tobacco and alcohol right there for sure. All these this propaganda,
it's
man.
crazy how things catch wind in the news.
Because how many people
Yeah.
have like gotten injured and how many people have died from it?
Right. Well, so this morning I heard on our local news the first 2 confirmed cases in Maricopa County. And it's like, so how are these things
Sage
even
and Louis.
coming up?
And didn't we just catch? Didn't some documents just get leaked of Maricopa County sheriffs creating parts?
There's is there not a video
A video
online
of
of
it?
them
They got like their
blasting,
laboratory.
At the
Yeah.
sheriff's department. It's all,
setting up like butane and trying to show like a demo video
yeah,
of how it's
that
done?
stuff ain't even sanitary. They're just
What a
doing it in a
coincidence.
normal
Streets.
room. Like, it's not even like.
So here's
you
what they're
know,
doing.
Like,
What a
actually-
coincidence.
I read about that. So there's no threshold. So, oh no, I read it on the magazine from the lawyer.
Oh, nice, from Tom Dean.
So it is.
Shout out,
it-
shout it
it-
out.
Shout out Tomas.
Shout out Tom.
Tomas.
So you're allowed to carry wax with you if you're a patient, but they still don't know the ratio of wax to flour. So you know how you have your allotment, which is I think 2.5 ounces.
Somebody just weighing your pen.
So like they let the dispensaries take over that, and they say 1 to 1. So they marked it at a 1 to 1. So right now they allowed the Phoenix Sheriff's Department. They allowed them to do their own laboratories and start blasting, so they can get their number to what's legal to carry.
So they can decide what they think.
Yeah.
Is it 3 to 1, 4 to 1? Basically, they're going to see how many grams they think it took to make how many grams of concentrate and yada yada.
And now we got our
Which is hilarious, right?
first 2 reported cases in Maricopa now.
So yeah, if it was vitamin E causing it, that would be one bad thing because vitamin E doesn't belong in your lungs. Really, no oil belongs.
Yeah,
in your, so that would be the first thing. Yeah.
Any of that
any
stuff,
oil,
that
lipids.
glucose, that
Yeah, no
polypropylene
All
juice,
with that.
whatever.
Everything's
None of
made
that-
with that, right?
Yeah, everything's cut with that, but then also the thickeners because they're trying to. People love to see that cart stay still. They hate when they turn that cart upside down and they see it move, and that's one thing those suppliers know. So there's such an incentive to thicken it.
And they're doubling, tripling their.
Yeah.
Oh, that and it
profit
triples
too.
your batch up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
But
So-
now there's fresh rosin carts, right? How are those?
Okay, so these things are out of control. I mean, as Guy Fieri would say, 'cause someone DM'd us earlier, out of bounds, just like that Mojave cannabis, out of bounds. The rosin carts, they don't cut them with anything. They're just making straight solventless rosin, and they're filling the carts,
see that there
and they're
is-
putting it on the shelves. One hit, you're going to feel a dab high come on. You're going to feel that full profile come on. It's not like a distillate. The flavor's not all there because some of those carts are super terpy and you get those sick flavors. This tastes like weed that's been pressed. You know what I mean?
nice.
So it's not as tasty as out of a banger, but the high is there. And really premium product. The one I got was from the Mint in Tempe.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
So I don't know who else has them on the shelves, but I think they'll get more popular.
What's rosin?
So rosin is the solventless process. Basically, they're not using any butane. They're not using any chemicals to extract. They're just taking the flour and they're pressing it under heat and pressure in what's called a rosin press. So it's super simple.
Gotta have a gang
But-
of flour to get that.
I mean,
much,
you've
like-
got to have good flour, and then you've got to have an artist on the machine. You have to have someone who knows how to press it at the right temp and the right pressure for the right amount of time.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get that full terpene profile, that full cannabinoid profile that you're looking for that I just can't find out of distillate carts really. So
Nice. It's
I
more,
think,
more
yeah.
pure flavor.
yeah, the one
With-
I got
with
was
flour.
$60 at the Mint, I think.
Half gram?
That's not bad at all.
For a half gram?
Yeah, for a half gram. And yeah, you'll notice the difference right away.
That's how they should be, though. You know, like
That's what I thought. I was like, man, how come we haven't already got to this point? You know what I mean? But it's because distillate, I mean, is so accessible. Everybody can make it from trim or for whatever they can find, and then they can refine it and clean it up. Whereas this solventless is being pressed, and that's the product. It's not somebody else's distillate that we then refined and, whatever.
Yeah. And people actually have to go to trusted resources now. You know what's going on. Don't
that's true,
trust
too.
anyone from the street, even if it's packaged saying it's a Moonrock, it's a Select, whatever
Right.
it is. They're making fake carts, everything from the cartridge to how it comes packaged, everything. So, I mean, unless you got a buddy that's going to the dispensary for you, or you're going yourself to a dispensary, I mean, that's got to be the only way to go now, unless you want to risk it.
Yeah, and that's a good point because no matter how pretty the packaging is, apparently they can print anything and make it look like it came from the dispensary.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it's that exact product.
Because I saw
It's a knockoff, yeah.
Did y'all see the Moon Rocks on the big report? And I know it wasn't his. It had to be a counterfeit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Because we trust Dr. Zodiac's Moon Rocks. We have them in the dispensaries here.
So what happened?
Great
They showed
products.
it on what report?
I saw it on one of the articles. It showed like scary vapes, and I was like, "That's a Moon Rock logo." But because he's so popular, they're also one of the most counterfeited.
Exactly.
There's tons of
Yeah, and he's
fakes.
always posting up like he's showing the fake from real because nowadays
Because it
they all
happens.
day. Like same with like some dude. He tried to sell me some cartridges. They were packaged in the cookies. the burners.
Mm-hmm.
They were packaged and everything, and the cookies thing.
That's another one. Yeah.
But-
or like you're right. Those wrapper strains are always.
Yeah, but that was all I
counterfeit.
got. I fill them up myself because even the cartridge had the little cookies thing on it, So it looks
Interesting.
100% real, but
Right.
it's not the real deal.
So
in
get
there.
it from a trusted source. Excellent advice from Prody.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Always.
And like we all already know anyway, you know what I mean? But
But yeah, just let it be known. Let the
yeah,
people
just a little reminder.
here.
for you.
Yeah.
Well, as we see the regulations coming in, we'll start seeing a lot of these counterfeits go away and shit.
Yeah, that's true. Now testing is going to be mandatory.
It's gonna be easier to spot them out.
Which, see, now in Vegas, that's the thing we're hearing about in Las Vegas. They're fudging the THC numbers, and they're starting to call out labs and producers for working hand in hand because testing is mandatory. So every package of weed you buy tells you how much THC it has in it and the top 3 terpenes in it, which is great information. But you'll pick one up and you'll be like, 32%? What? I mean, it just all the time I look at them and it gets to the point where you can't even trust it anymore. So
You got the labs in
hopefully
the
that
pocket.
doesn't happen here,
That sucks.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
How was that floating experience?
Yeah.
You guys
man.
you guys got to go to the float tank last night, right?
Shout
was it
out.
last night?
Yeah, it was last night. True Rest Tempe. So these True Rest facilities are in different cities. We were in Tempe. It was me and Franco, 602, straight out of KDIF. So we had a hard day here at the office. He's working on radio stuff. I'm working on magazine stuff. And Hip to the Crop, if you guys know, Jason invited us out for a float. I'd been once before. Franco had never been. So for me, the second float was better than the first float. This was kind of the one that sold me. So I'm curious to see how Franco analyzed it. But the weightlessness and then like pushing off the walls and like losing orientation of where you are, it was really cool, man. It was just kind of off in La La Land. So,
Dope.
but how did you feel about it?
It was an hour, right? That's how long the. So it was an hour float, and it was kind of I don't know how to really describe it like when I was there, but it forced me to relax, and I'm kind of like an anxious person, so. You're alone there, and you put earplugs in, right? So the salt water doesn't get in your ear, but they give you these real special. They're like wax, like the.
Oh yeah, wax earplugs.
Yeah, so no water, nothing gets in, but it totally blocks out all the sound too. Plus, in the chamber itself, it's silent in there. Then you're inside a room, so it's just like it's like dead, like you can't hear nothing, and except for your own breathing. And anytime maybe you might splash in the water, you might hear that. So it was really cool that you kind of really have to center yourself, and
I thought about what you said about how I thought I was sweating, but I feel more like the salt was pulling
yeah.
out toxins or something.
Yeah, like you feel your body like that. Like the closest thing I'd really describe it is as sweating, but it just felt more like stuff was being extracted from your body, like being pulled from your body, as opposed to just sweat. But I've been having this pain in my neck and my shoulder for the past couple weeks, and just floating there, having kind of like my body just kind of decompress, it really helped, and it helped me relax to the point where I actually had a really good solid like 6 hours of sleep, and I haven't been able to do that for a while, so it was really nice. And then the staff was great there at True Rest. James or Jimmy?
Jimmy, yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah, he took care of us, made sure we were cool, told us like, here's what you need to do afterwards. Don't get up too fast or whatever. They have like an oxygen bar. So the whole experience was really great. But the float itself, there was one time when it got a little trippy because I decided to turn off the light, and you kind of your mind does kind of go, and you feel
I go
like,
light off. That's the only
yeah,
thing.
and you just, if you really let it go, you're just like, you feel like you're just floating. You feel like not on water. You just feel like you're floating, and you don't know where anything's at. So I kind of had to reach for the light. I had like a little panic attack.
Like you're in the middle of the ocean, you feel
Yeah.
like?
That's what the only thing I visualized was the middle of the ocean, like just how you feel buoyant in
That's
the
the
ocean.
first thing I
anyway.
pictured.
Yeah.
I was like,
It
But-
felt like that.
But it wasn't even, that's the thing is like not even ocean, because there's time where like your senses get like,
Maybe just zero gravity.
Yeah, like because it's like your senses are heightened, but they're
I
also
feel it
lower.
in my vertebrae. Did you feel it in your neck?
A
Because
little bit, yeah.
your head's being held up. I had the weirdest tingling in my neck, like because you've just never felt like that before. Cradled
That
up
soothing,
like that.
yeah.
It was like it's just holding you up, and I could feel like the tingling
Yeah.
in my spine.
What was nuts though is when I had my hands floating above me, like
the surrender position.
yeah, I was really like calm, and I was really like just like euphoric, right?
Mhm.
Like I was floating through space. But when I had my arms down by my side, I started having like really crazy like images going through my head.
That's when I was like, you just got to turn it off.
Yeah,
You know,
but it was
you
kind of
gotta
like on
shut it down.
purpose, where I'm like, this is where you could trip out, this is where you could have like. So it was really weird how like my mind was going towards these like, it was like, oh cool, like I'm floating through space, and all of a sudden I'm like, somebody could just come up with an axe and just chop me up, you know, like what the fuck? I'm so like vulnerable, my fucking
It made
dick's
me
out.
think more like, what would it be like on a piece of an edible or mushrooms or something like that? Because it is very like your spatial awareness is
Shroom out and get in there.
is way off, and it's pretty cool.
Start
'Cause you don't
drowning.
get that effect in real life. It's definitely a different perspective.
But they take care of you to the point where you go in there and they put you in a salt cave, and it's just real relaxing. The music kind of like it expels like negative energy.
What's a salt cave?
So all those Himalayan salt blocks,
Okay.
you know, and like those salt lamps that you would see at Sprouts or wherever, they're supposed to soak up negative ions, and it's kind of like a tree basically, except for except for
Nature.
energy and whatever, everything around us. I
Yeah,
don't know if
so
I'm
you
explaining
go
that
in there,
right.
and there's a bunch of small stuff that they took really specific detail in to make sure you're fully relaxed, that you're fully. So it was small stuff like those humidifiers they have, what they call diffusers.
Mm-hmm.
So that, I mean, just the business itself was really cool, but my experience was really relaxing, super relaxing.
Yeah, I would say try it for sure.
Yeah.
You may not be a monthly floater or a weekly
Did you bust a
floater.
nut?
I would try it.
That's what I want to know.
Maybe
No.
that was probably what was extracted.
Hey, can you bone in there?
No.
You
They
could.
don't have a couples room. It's not like a couples massage.
Oh, you gotta single it out.
You gotta,
But they got like showers in there too, so that's kind of cool.
you gotta give yourself a single,
Yeah, before you go in.
It's got to be 1 in 10 jerk off.
a little
1 in
singlet, a little singlet.
Salt hands and everything. It's extra slimy,
Strong.
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 You gotta go hard in the paint.
Yeah.
Hard in the tank.
That's what I was gonna say.
Hard in
Shout out to
between.
Dutchie though.
That sounds dope, bro. I really want to go try that float tank. Shut the
I
mind
think
off.
you'll like it.
Take some edibles before I hop in that bitch.
Like your body.
I
It's
thought you were
like
gonna say your butthole.
your body. Your like cycle. Like your mental is. It's everything. There's nothing negative about it. Like your body. Your body will thank you for
Yeah, I
it.
kind of thought like, is it gonna be weird when you close the tank? Are you gonna get restless? But you don't. You just keep
Yeah.
floating away, and if you start thinking too much, you just tell yourself, "Hey, chill out." And
Yeah.
that's fine.
Chill out, motherfucker.
It's cool, and that salt water's so good for your muscles. So good, like you were saying.
Yeah.
It rejuvenates you for sure. It was cool.
And the
We'll
one.
get the whole. We'll all go. Well, I guess they only have 4 beds, but we definitely got to get these guys out there.
Yeah, totally.
Most definitely.
Even like the way your your hair is just floating. It's weird. Like yeah. Everything's just different. Your whole
Is it frowned?
you feel things differently. I'll just, like that's
Okay.
the only way I could say it. Like you just feel things
Or
differently.
Your senses kick up.
Yeah,
Kick up, so
yeah. So like your senses are numb and they're heightened at the same time.
it's crazy how when if you can't see, you can feel it. You know how
Yeah.
your hearing gets better,
Yeah.
your sense of touch, smell, and like all heightened. If
You-
you really focus, you
yeah.
can see it.
You literally can't see your hands in front of your
I'm
face.
sure of it.
Like,
when you turn
yeah.
off the light,
Darkness is. I like that.
that's gotta
Yeah.
feel dope, dude.
Yeah.
Are you goggled up?
No, it's just dark.
Just
Damn.
the earplugs. They just give you those earplugs.
Just plugged up?
Just plugged up.
But yeah, shout out Hip to the Crop, Jason. Awesome dude. Thanks for treating us
Yeah.
to that, showing us about it. And he wrote an article about it. You can read more about it in his article.
Sorry, your mic was off. Say that again. I turned it down for the torch.
Yeah, shout out Hip to the Crop, Jason. That was really cool for just showing us the float thing. And his article is on cannabiscactus.com. He actually wrote about the place. He goes there regularly. It helps him keep it down.
Bring it down some.
Stay serendipped.
It sounds good. It sounds like it'd be a mind-altering experience.
Yeah, there's a couple things. Like if you've ever done like something like acupuncture or thought about it, I've done that stuff too. but I could say both of them have been fucking. They were fucking great.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Don't worry, guys. Santo Niño de Torcha.
Does it compare to a psychedelic?
No, but I could see how you might want to try that. I mean, I wouldn't, but I don't think I want to be trapped in a little bubble while I'm on anything.
Say
like
that again.
Does it compare to any psychedelics?
That's what I was trying to do. That's what I was saying when I was getting really
But not that. Not
A little
intense.
No,
micro
yeah.
dose would be bomb.
but I was just trying to make my mind go crazy. Like I was really trying to push myself.
That's
there.
what I was doing with
Yeah.
like spinning around to like disorient myself because you don't know
Yeah.
like which way the room. It was kind of cool.
but
in that way.
but if you, it's kind of where your mind will take you. So if
That's
you
gonna
go
be
on
weird, yeah.
psychedelics,
Probably be fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Take an eighth, half-eighth of
Whoa.
shrooms.
I was thinking just a big stem and cap.
Walk in there butt naked.
well, I went there straight from the office from here.
Was
Hey,
it butt
remember-
naked, right?
I was mostly. Hey, here's the thing.
Butt naked.
You shower first.
I got a. I ain't gonna say. Never mind.
You got a boner while you were in there?
I always have a boner, but no.
You smashed your nut again.
Talk to your doctor about that. The erections
That's
last
why it
more
was.
than
That's
4
why.
hours.
That's why it was swollen.
Oh, yeah. So more importantly, you sat on your nut earlier.
Oh, yeah.
What happened? Walk us through that incident.
Oh no, that's not.
Might as well.
Might as well. Yo.
Now that we're here,
Now that we're all here.
You never sat on your nuts before?
I
Never.
don't think so.
They don't hang that low for me.
How many times have you sat on your nuts?
A couple times.
Make it
No.
sound like it's a normal happening.
Tasty.
I thought every guy sat on their nuts like once or twice.
Maybe
No.
one day, but
Well,
not
no.
yet.
There's
I do not wish that upon you.
Let me knock on wood, fake wood,
Fake.
composite wood.
No, I went and the way my underwear is positioned, my undercarriage,
Whoa.
and I went to go sit down on the chair, and I
And to push your nut a certain way.
yeah, because where it was at on my
Your
pants and my stuff, and the way I kind of sat down, it was
Oh.
right there, and I was like, oh shit, and
It was serendipitous.
sit on it, and then I just hopped up real quick,
Ouch.
and
Did you get some, Jesus?
takes your breath away.
Did
There-
it crack?
Yeah, so be careful. Wear some. Well, I don't get some underwear. To put your nuts up higher, I guess.
Wear some Daisy
Yeah,
Dukes.
you gotta hike them up like a bull, like a
Some speedos, some biker
That's
biker
what
shorts.
bull riders do before they get on. So I always heard this joke that like, there's a Spanish guy, a Texan, and an Australian, and the Spanish guy is all out there like waving the flag and whatever, and the bull's running by and dancing around, and the Texan guy's like, no, that's not how you do it, and he goes and hikes up the bull's nuts, ties him up, and then gets on him and rides. He's like, that's how you do it. And then the Australian comes up and he's like, ties his own nuts up. And he's like, if you're going to tie his, you might as well tie mine too. And then hops on. I think the joke is supposed to be like Australians are like super crazy or whatever.
Are they though?
I don't know. I think because they have so much outback, like,
Steakhouse.
Stronger beer. over there.
yeah. Well, they have like a lot of wilderness, right? A lot of crazy stuff.
It's at Foster's.
Yeah, it's all the Fosters.
You ever been to Australia?
I don't know if I've had a Foster's.
Have you ever been to Australia?
Oh, no.
I fucks with Fosters. They come in a fat can.
Yeah.
The fat little can. Oh, bro.
Fosters.
It's good stuff.
I'm gonna have to bring some. Dude, you know what I saw the other day at the liquor store for $9.99? A 30-pack of naturalized, but it says lemonade strawberry beer. I was gonna bring that in.
They're
just-
doing seltzer now, too. They're in on the seltzer game.
But that one said lemonade strawberry beer.
Oh, shit. So it's kind of like a summer shandy.
So
like
we're gonna
those
have
Line and Kugels.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring that. We're gonna get fucked up off of
Half lemonade, half
Like
beer.
Uncle and then
off of $10 30-pack.
You good on the shandy?
and-
I fucks with Natty.
We'll chandelier it up.
I fucks with all of it. You know, there's not really a beer I don't really fuck with.
Yeah, I'll try it once.
I don't know, like
If it's a new-
Keystone,
Yeah, I fucks with Keystone.
Natty.
Nads.
That was all college. Drank it. They're
Bud
by
Ice.
5-30.
Bud Ice.
Bud
is
Ice
banging.
on that 5.2, or is it
the
5.5?
high- The high altitude shit.
Yeah.
The high gravities.
High
Yeah.
gravity,
No,
bro?
Bud Ice is
High
like
gravity?
5.5, 5.6.
Yeah, I think it's 5.5. Utah
Yeah.
just passed to go up to 4%. Which is a big step from 3-2.
Yeah, that's
If
crazy
you've ever
over
had
there.
that, yeah, 3-2 beer.
Their beer's all weak over there. Like,
Sucks, dude. Same in Oklahoma. Yeah.
that's crazy how they're regulated over there, huh?
They call it near beer.
What's it over here?
You
Whatever
could
you
go
want it to be.
There's 10%, 5%.
Yeah.
Bro, we
the
have
low ones, 2, 4s.
we get the strong beer festival over here.
That
Oh, that is a good one.
Every
Arrogant
beer's got-
Bastard has one, right?
That's
pretty
like a
strong.
13 or 14.
Yeah, arrogant bastard. That's like a malt liquor though. I don't think that's
That's
a
an
beer.
ale, right?
Yeah, that's more like a.
They make a
I'm not
couple
sure.
different ones, I
brew.
think.
One year I went to that strong beer festival, dude. I woke up naked in the bathroom with throw up all over the place.
Oh,
It was fun though. We were supposed to
Yeah.
have a Mario Kart tournament right after. That never happened.
kudos to you for planning that, though. For planning a Mario Kart tournament.
After the strong beer festival,
That's fucking hilarious.
Way to.
because it was early. It started like it was like 11 to 5. So 5, dude, that's early. We can still fucking go drink at my apartment. Next thing you know, I don't know what happened. I don't know where anyone went. Where did you go, Prody? Do you remember any of that day? Did you end up chilling at the apartment for a while?
Yeah, I think I hung out there for a little bit. What did we do though?
Passed out too.
Yeah, I probably passed out for a little. I think that's what happened. I really don't remember that day, dude.
Is that
to
when
be
Caesar
honest.
broke that pig in the
Drinking till you
backyard?
pass out.
Or was that you who broke
That
it?
was me. I think that was the night we came. Yeah, we came back all drunk and we were smoking a doobie, and then I fucking dropped this little piggy, a little ceramic one. That shit just.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was cool. It was like
Y'all were drunk.
it was a ceramic pig with like a dip, almost like a bowl, a pig bowl. I think it was for a plant, so it was probably a planter made out of ceramic. But we used to use it as our ashtray. We had a bunch of rocks in there, and probably we got super fucked up though. Every beer's got to be I think over 8%,
Yeah.
and then you just get like unlimited beers, bro, all day.
Well, then they taste so good.
They do.
You know.
I always just find the shortest line. I'm like, fuck it, I'm
'Cause
drinking.
they're all
That's what
good.
I'm drinking.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't have a bad beer that day.
Nah. But there's some strong beers though, and they give you little cups. But before you know it, bro, you're fucked up. You find more tickets on the floor. You'll never finish them anyway. They give you like 20 tickets. You're all, only 20. You get like through 10 of them, bro. You're fucking wasted. It's all strong ass beer. I love that festival. The strong. We should all hit it up this year, or it's coming next year actually. I think
Yeah, it just passed already. Huh?
yeah. So it's around February. Yeah, it's around my birthday.
That's right.
It's around my birthday, so.
All right. Which is.
We had to. We went one year when we did the Black Bottom Lighters interview.
That's when they played.
That was
yeah.
also at the Strong Beer Fest.
That was a good one, man. They give you all those tickets, and you just go get all those different beers.
I tamed myself on that one. I only got kind of drunk.
Yeah.
The most fucked up I ever got at a beer festival was in Colorado, dog. And because we showed up with like, there was only like 2 or 3 hours left till it was over.
Hmm.
So I was nuts, bro. I gotta get my
You
50.
gotta get them in.
Gotta get my $50 worth.
Oh shit.
Oh, bro, barfed all night, all morning, and I had to drive back from Colorado to Phoenix.
Is the beer good?
Amazing. It was
Sure.
that was a craft beer festival.
What do we got there?
So that is that a Modelo?
I drank High Life for years.
Oh, I fucked. Ooh.
Oh yeah, dude, that was our.
That's how you make a ghetto Corona. Get a High Life and put limon and salt, and it tastes just like a Corona.
Make a ghetto Corona.
I used to buy that for. I used to,
Miller High Life.
so the best day ever in our lives.
32 ounces.
We call it the best day in our lives that day because we ended up getting a bunch of Miller High Lives, and it was hot as fuck. It was probably like 90 degrees, but we used to live in Lake Elsinore, so to us that was hot as fuck back then. Little did I know that Phoenix reaches like 115
Gonna
and
top that
shit on the
shit.
daily.
Hold my beer.
I could go over there now and be cold right now and shit.
Oh yeah, we'll need a sweater and shit. Like damn fool, I should have brought sweats. So where was I at? Oh yeah, so we bought a bunch of 32-ounce fucking High Lifes because there used to be like $1.40, under $2
They
for
were
sure, cheap. And we bought a bunch of saladitos and lemons. So you throw a saladito in there, squeeze some lemon, you pound it, bro, because it'll fizzle up, and if you
Just
don't,
like a Corona.
so you gotta pound, you gotta pound a good amount of it.
Yeah.
But see, Corona don't make 32-ounce bottles. That's it.
Ah, that's
They make
true.
24s, but they don't make the 32s.
So the dudes I used to work with used to tell me to buy Corona in the can because it's made in Mexico and not in the bottle, and that it tastes better. So I used to always buy
And
the cans when I could find them because not every
Interesting.
place had them.
I lied. They do make the Corona 32-ounce, but it's the brown bottle. And that used to be hard to find in,
Oh, the
in
Familiar?
America.
Oh, the Familia.
So that's a real.
Yeah.
That's
Kawama.
that's a real Corona, dude.
Where we drank that one in TJ for the first time.
Okay, well, like,
it
Corona-
tastes nothing like. But
Over
those
there
are,
is dang.
dude. You're talking $5 a fucking 32-ounce cost you
Yes,
over here.
for Kawama.
Yeah.
Not Kawama. And that's the
They're right
fat
there.
one,
The
dude.
guys I used to work
Really
with
dang.
told me you had to drink the Corona cans, not the bottles, because they outsource that to the States or whatever. And something, blah, 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 drink the cans, it tastes better.
The
They
cans
always
come
tell-
directly from Mexico,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, that's what they would say. And they're like, it's better, it's better. So
The
I
beer
always
is
would
better
always
over
buy
there,
the
though.
cans.
Well, I don't really like Corona.
I know.
I like
that wasn't-
I like the brown bottle though. That's something else.
Nice.
That don't taste like the piss bottle they sell you over here. Dude, you ever have a Corona fucking lose a little bit of its coldness on you? It smells and tastes like piss.
Yeah,
Like a
you're
skunk?
actually
Like a
exactly
skunk.
right. They're only good ice cold.
Only good ice cold.
That's why I
That's
drink those. And they make those little 7-ounce beers.
what motherfuckers are making.
Coronita.
They're making
Coronita.
cartridges now. They mix their wax with that. That's why motherfuckers are dying.
Yeah, that's what. See, that's
Is
what
it
I'm saying.
that
Quit
piss
smoking
water?
that Corona.
Coronita juice.
So now that you know how we're talking about the cartridges, how people are putting whatever in there to mix them. I had a homie, allegedly, his uncle was an alleged crackhead. And that fool told us a story from his teenage years. Like he needed money and like Sherm was big in LA at the time.
Yeah.
And so he didn't have no Sherm either, you know. So what he did, grabbed a couple cigarettes, sprayed them with Raid, put them in foil, stuck them in the freezer. He ended up slanging those to some food, dude. He said the dude came back for more. He wanted more of that shit.
Dang.
Crazy, huh?
So be careful who you buy your fucking pussy sticks with, because those pussy sticks are the new
That just
Sherm.
freaked me out. Yeah.
Your heart must be racing
Spray
and
them
shit.
with Raid. Ah,
When you hit that shit, you
Yeah,
it
dude.
is like
that's so gross.
That dude was classic, man.
guys,
That
All poisoned the fuck out.
Uncle Vic, shout out Uncle Vic.
it.
We're 4th of July. We bought a mini keg. We're all like, we're gonna kill this. You know, we had like this beer bottle that was big, like that you get at the circus or whatever, at the fair, and we filled that bitch up, bro. Try to fucking kill it. And that fool ends up going on the roof. Like, I will go on the roof, Uncle Vic. He's an older dude too at the time. He's probably like 49, 50. And he ends up fucking rolling off the roof, dog, and he lands on top of the plastic trash bins, the ones you take out to the street with the little wheels.
Dang.
And he's yelling, bro, help me, help me. So we're like, oh shit, Uncle Vic. Because we hear him on the other side of the house. And we run out there, bro. He couldn't fucking move. We had to carry him in the room. And that ended his 4th of July.
Early exit.
Early exit.
Dude, Uncle Vic.
Oh, Uncle Vic don't fuck around. He had crazy.
Crazy crackhead.
That dude had crazy. That fool had stories for days. One of my faves was when he fucked the teacher's aide from our high school.
Oh man.
He's like, dude, I boned her, dude, behind the bushes. He's all telling me. I was like, dude, that's dope.
I was like, dude, that's dope.
Well, he
When
used to
jacked
be,
off to that one.
because he was the janitor. I did. Busted a couple big ones. He was the janitor at the high school at the time. And he ended up, but he got fired, bro, for going through the teacher's purse.
I couldn't even.
While she was at
Oh,
lunch or
man.
whatever, and she came back in like, oh, I forgot my keys, or I forgot my purse.
Caught red-handed.
Have you seen my purse? That dude's all wearing it, modeling it and shit. Trying to play it off, right? Like, I don't know how to see. My
I
wife
look
might
cute
need
in
one
it,
of
don't
this.
I?
Yeah, bro. Shout out to, and then his, so he used to live with his sister. So him and his sister were roommates. This big-ass house. It was pretty big. And they were always talking shit to each other. And they worked together. They were always fucking arguing. But his tia was crazy. One time I walked in there. I was like, hey, is Ziggy home? He's like, that sick motherfucker. He's like, I caught him jacking off. And this is like a little old lady, bro. She's like, I caught him jacking off in the fucking garage this morning. So I asked Ziggy if that was true, and he's like, yeah, allegedly.
In the garage, huh? Out of all spots. Huh?
Those were some dope moments,
In the
though.
garage. I've never even thought about jacking off in the garage.
He was sitting next to his Galaga arcade, allegedly.
Started
Yes.
playing with the other joystick. And got all excited.
Yeah, we had great moments there, bro. We used to like fucking throw this is all allegedly. So we'll have like a mean kickback at that fool's pad, cause his uncle will come out and party, bro. If it was like a weekend, he'll come out and party. He'll eat an onion like it's an apple, just taking bites with milk after he does his crack.
Oh man.
So we'd party, bro, and then like, you know, towards the end of the night, all the girls are horny and the dudes are horny, so they're all like making out, like almost boning. And I'm like, fuck, I ain't getting nothing. So you know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna lock all the doors inside of the house and go through all the purses in that motherfucker, allegedly. So we got a lot of free gas from Chevron, tons of flip phones, allegedly.
I had a long ass line allegedly at Chevron.
Called everywhere.
Everyone was getting their tanks filled up. That shit was wild.
We used to do some wild shit, boys.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
These allegations just get wild.
These allegations never stop coming. God damn it.
Goddamn allegations.
Being a kid's fun.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
man. It is.
As long as you don't get caught.
True that. This jail sucks.
I watched Los Tigres del Norte. There's a documentary on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
They go and visit Fulton prison, and they do a full performance for them, dude. It was dope, man. It was dope. I liked it. They let some fool that's been like, he's been in there for like 20 years. He's serving like 35 to life. He's like, dude, like I've always wanted. I thought he was bullshitting the whole time too. He's like, damn, I fucking grew up listening to them. That's like who I wanted to be. Like I'm a musico. And yeah, bro, they let him on stage to play a song with them, and this motherfucker just kills it with the accordion, and he's singing with them. But I was like, holy shit, he wasn't bullshitting. Either he's an actor or he got me. But it was dope, man. They got to perform. So the last time that ever happened was Johnny Cash did it at the same prison in like 1960 something, and the Hispanic population at the time was like 5% in that jail. Hispanic population now at Fulton prison is like 48%. I thought that was cool though. And then also here's something that I started tripping on. So I start with the prison, right? The dudes, they're all in the yard, and they set up this big stage on the yard for them. So there's fucking some of the black dudes are bobbing their head. There's this like they got one groupie in the front row with like this prisoner dude. He has like a Tigres del Norte sign, and he just sings along to all the songs and shit. It's great, but like, you know, like they barely want to dance, you know, like the prisoners. There's a few that are dancing, but then they go to the women's prison. Oh, dude, they save their bangers for the women though, because they know these bitches are crazy. As soon as this fucking first beat comes on, the bitches start dancing with each other.
Out.
I mean, bitches in a really good way. I mean, the female prisoners, they start dancing, wilding out, screaming, singing along, holding their hands like when they're singing like their love songs and shit. It was fucking funny, like the difference between male prisoners. That was Tigres del Norte, Netflix. Oh, just put Tigres del Norte at Fulton prison.
There you go.
That was killer. That was some killer shit. But a lot of their songs are like political and shit. So that's like, or a lot of like stories about motherfuckers that end up in prison or end up deported. So they play like all those songs for the men, but for the ladies, they say their bangers like La Puerta Negra, all the girls. So they meet like 10 of the prisoners, like private, and they're La Puerta Negra. Like that's the song they want them to play for them. Dope documentary. If you're a Tigres del Norte fan, I suggest you watch that. Even if you're not, learn a cool thing or two about these prisoners that have been in prison for a minute.
Are they the ones that made La Chona?
No, that's Los Tucanes.
Los Tucanes del Norte, right? Or
Mhm.
is this Los Tucanes?
See, in 1968, Johnny Cash, in Fulton prison.
It's pretty famous, huh?
Yeah, Fulton prison. So that's the last time they've ever done it, and then these vatos came through, and I wonder what kind of clearances you got to get to perform in front of these guys.
That's one of the big ones right there.
And then there's the chapel. So they perform in front. I guess that chapel was famous. I forgot for what. The one there's in front of
El Chapo?
is the prison chapel.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's how you say chapel in English, dog. El chapel.
We got the bomber jacket on.
The Tigres del Norte, huh? That shit looks sick.
dope.
Shout out to, hey dude, Nintendo Switch just dropped a bomb on us last week. They put 20, if you're an online subscriber, 20 Super Nintendo games on that bitch.
What?
So I've been playing that Legend of Zelda.
Oh yeah, so my brother downloaded that.
Yeah, that
He
shit's
was
dope,
playing
bro.
Metroid,
Oh, no way. Yeah, they have that. They have Star Fox.
Super Mario
Yeah.
Kart, and the Super Mario, and the baby one too, right?
I've been playing that A Link to the Past.
That's one of the best ones, dude.
Oh, that was my favorite one. Honestly, that's the only one. Really
Like
that I
Which one?
finished.
Link to the
Ocarina of
Past?
Time?
Yeah.
On Super Nintendo.
Yeah, Zelda.
Yeah, so I've never I started it so many times and I've never, so I'm destined to finish it this
I took it back. So that was the first time I remember getting the game and couldn't get out of the first room, couldn't even, get whatever, couldn't like figure out how to start the game, because it wasn't like your traditional like.
Oh no, you wake up from the bed and you're like in
and
a
I'm
room.
just like running around like the fuck. And so I took, I gave it back to my mom. Like, yeah, I can't play this. She takes it back to Walmart, returns it. And then I go to school and I remember being like, oh, everybody's like, oh, that game's badass. So I went back to Walmart and rebought it. And then was able to get out of that first room and go get a sword. And
And the whole world
that was my,
looking to-
because it was my first exposure to like puzzle games and stuff. And you have to like solve the puzzles. So I
Some
had
of
to
the
like
best.
start thinking that way. And then it became my favorite game, dude. I'd spent so much time on that game.
It's a fucking beautiful game.
Even
Till
with
this
those
day.
graphics is
Till
dope,
this
man.
day.
Yeah.
So you can get on Twitch and watch people play it. I subscribed to that stream, A Link to the Past. I mean, it's so specific that you can just get notified when people are playing.
Well, I want to
that
start
game.
doing that when I get that room built. I'm
And
a
then
fucking.
just-
I want to set up my Twitch account.
Oh,
And just
nice.
every night, every night I play video
And
games
then
for
you
an
just
hour or
talk about
two.
it. Yeah, because you play anyway.
Exactly.
So you're not adding anything to your schedule, just
No.
like we all sit around and talk anyway, so we podcast. But that is a good idea.
Because there's
You'd be good at that.
there's a dope ass game dropping Friday. It's called Link's Awakening. So that game originally came out for the Game Boy Advance, I think.
Huh.
So they remade it though with new graphics. So it kind of looks like a Link to the Past, but with like super like dope, re-enhanced 3D graphics. So it's an over-the-top Zelda.
Sick.
I can't wait to play that motherfucker. But I gotta beat A Link to the Past before I even touch that. Shout out to all my Triforce. Look, there's the groupie.
Are you in the dark world yet?
They just had showed the damn
The
groupie.
dark world.
No, see, not yet. I've been there before though.
Yeah.
That's one of the places
Go to the
I've gotten
mountains
to.
and
You got to
shit.
use the
Make up to
mirror.
them,
Yeah, that's him right there. The Tigre groupie.
Folsom Prison.
Hey, but a lot of these
the sound
vatos,
effects and all
a
that
lot of these
in that
vatos
game.
are in there for
Cartel.
for
shit.
murder. Nah, murder, dog.
What?
Pretty sure, but yeah, that's a big yard. That's one of the top prisons, like max security.
Most of the dudes they interview, they're like, I'm doing 25 to life. I've
Like
served
Folsom,
15 already.
San Quentin, Pelican Bay. Those are some of the big ones. Like Rikers on the East Coast.
Rikers Island.
Man, I don't understand why if prisons, because everybody just gets all fucked up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's a business too now, so.
That's what I was gonna say. It's always been a business,
then
but
once
how
you-
come there's no good businesses? Like,
then
or
once
is
you-
there some like good prisons out there where they're like, oh yeah, our
I
warden's
think-
badass? Or
I think that
whatever?
one is.
Does that exist?
There does, but that's like in Norway, right? Like their fucking prisons like hotels. Don't quote me on Norway, but
Or is it
Right.
Sweden?
there's Sweden. But I heard their prisons are like you get a flat screen,
Hmm.
nice beds, go fuck a bitch once in a while.
Mm.
I don't know about that part, but
Well,
and then
apparently
I
most
think
of
they
that-
let you go out whenever you want. Like, oh, I need to go fucking run some laps or stab my neighbor.
Or fuck myself.
Yeah, and
you know?
apparently people do get drugs in jail and get things in jail. Because I was just listening to Joey Diaz before we came up, and he was talking about doing his 2 years. And I mean, these are some hot dudes up there. These are New York guys, you know what I'm saying?
I was like, come here, cocksucker.
But he's like,
come here, son.
we didn't have garlic knots in the joint. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
not-
We had acid. We had meth.
These
Yeah.
cocksuckers.
I would not do any drugs knowing how they get them in. It's like no.
So yeah, he says
Right.
we'd be up at night on acid talking across the cells, and the guys would go by and be like, "The fuck is wrong with you guys?" They'd stay up all night talking.
All
'cause they're
drugged up.
tripping.
That's not
Yeah.
a place I want to be tripping on.
I'd be like so
Fuck
scared.
that.
Yeah, Joey's lived a crazy life.
Yeah, man.
He went to
Well,
prison for kidnapping a dude.
Once
Crazy
you go
stories. out
into
of
it's
dude.
like you become a criminal, man. You know,
Right.
to survive. If you want to survive, pretty much.
Yeah, so Joey's one of the ones that
got
made it
out
out.
of the neighborhood. Yeah.
Somehow or another, he don't even know how, but he did it. He did it.
That's crazy. You
Dude,
have
he-
those kind of stories to tell.
He's had the dude he's kidnapped on his podcast before.
Shit.
That sounds like him
Dope.
exactly.
Yeah,
Oh.
because he wanted to apologize and make amends with the dude.
Wild.
I forgot why they robbed him. I can't remember.
Shit happens when you're on shit.
So
It does. It
I
does.
gotta learn how to pick a winner on these things. Do y'all know how people pick winners for things?
Oh, yeah, let's
Google
get-
random number generator.
Let's go to Jesucito. Let's just do the finger one right now, no? Jesucito.
Really, we just need to pick 2 winners for this Dutchie contest, and then I'll just post it or whatever. Because I'm not live or anything right now, and I'm not filming it. But we have 100 and
I'm filming it
30
right here. This is what releases part.
comments. Shout out Dutchie. This is for some sick gear. So we'll just like scroll through the comments and have Jesucito
Pick one.
stop. Yeah.
So he's just gonna scroll through them and he'll tell you when.
Yeah, so I'm already scrolling. So you're locked in here. We're nice and just
A
going
cool
from
giveaway.
bottom to
The
top.
Dutchies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
come press on one.
Just
Pick
press
this
on one,
one.
a random one, see who the winner's gonna be. Just hold your feet.
Well, he
Do it
landed
again.
on my comment.
Do it again.
Hold on.
Hold
Let
your
me
feet-
Let
hold-
me mix them up.
Yeah, hold your finger when you land it.
Yeah, and then just touch one.
And just keep your finger there. There you go.
Okay, Mr. and Miss Kennan.
Shout out Mr. and Miss Cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Cannon.
I guess, do we have a paper and pen? I guess I need to write them down too.
I got paper right here. I do need a pen. But give me that paper after you write it. Por favor. So what was it again? Miss Cannon?
Mr. and Miss Kennan.
Oh, Cannon.
Kennon.
I was going to ask, is it Don Cannon's wife? Shout out Don Cannon.
Who's Don
Cannon.
Cannon?
And I hit him with the cannon. The DJ, right?
Loose cannon.
DJ Don
So now
Cannon.
A pen probably behind you on that desk.
He did a
Maybe.
couple of those Little Wayne mixtapes. The Drought?
Mm.
Or which
You
one's
be
it?
hanging like
Oh.
a pair of boots.
I'll forget. Oh, I don't know. I never heard of him.
So we got Miss
You know I got
Mr.
the cannon.
No pen? Oh, I think he found one.
Nice.
Dang. Jesus always with the. I think we're going to pick one more Jesus after this. That's the watch. Stand in front of the light. You look like real Jesus. Yeah, there you go. That's what we're talking about. If you guys don't know about Jesus, Jesus is the #1 stunner.
All right, let's do one more.
Necesito.
He comes through. He helps us out a lot in the office. Helps us clean the studio. Helps us set up the cameras, the lights.
Big
Always
help.
doing. He cleans up all the time.
Big
So
help.
shout out Jesucito putting in that work. We appreciate
Tammy
that, homie.
Luge.
Nothing but love for his.
Tammy who?
Tammy, I don't know. Tammy Luj.
L U Lug. Lug.
Tammy Ludge. Tammy Luge.
Shout out Tammy Luge and shout out
Sounds
Mr.
like
and
a girl
Mrs.
wears a
Kennan.
Jamaica. That sounds like a Mikey.
Well,
word.
and she
Well, that-
tagged Shooter McDabbin.
Whoa. Shooter big dad.
Shout out to Shooter McGavin.
Shooter McDabbin.
That's a good name.
Yeah, it's a good play on that.
That guy better have like 2 million followers.
Shooter McGavin. Yeah, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
In the movie.
That's some funny shit.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Shout out to Dutchie. Shout out to Arthur Phillip because he'll smoke the whole pack.
Pack. That is so true.
You see the papel again?
El
El
papelito.
papelito. Por favor.
Oh, wait, hold on. I got to write one more name down.
Oh, one more name down.
It's a mom and her cannabis.
Oh, we got 3 winners?
Well, so they each tagged a person.
Okay. Oh, so they win and the person they tagged wins too?
I haven't even decided. I don't know if we have enough prizes for that.
Damn, that's a gang
So
of
it's a
people.
mom and cannabis.
We'll send them a
Yeah.
little tie-dye kit so they could tie-dye their own
47.5.
shirt.
No, I'm just
Billion a
kidding. Yeah,
year.
of course. Yeah, they both win.
They make
I like
almost
that. That's
50
how you do
billion a year.
Who makes almost 50 billion a year?
Privatized prisons.
Oh, yeah, all day.
With the B.
Yeah. You know who makes more? Banks with overdraft fees alone.
Yeah, that's
Ooh, I
true.
believe that too.
That's crazy. So the prison people are in the wrong business. They need to open up banks if they really want to make that real corrupt
I
money.
want to get on that FET, on that WAP.
Business.
I can feel it in the air. And now it's time for the news. Hell yeah. Shout out to Cannabis Cactus. Go to cannabiscactus.com. Always free.
Never prickly.
Go to kdif.org. Listen every day, all day. If you're bored at home, turn it on. You never know what's going to be on.
102.9.
You might hear a Fonquero set. You might hear a Roach Clip podcast. You might hear what is it, Latinas? Or what's that show called?
A few.
No, the Rose Wax. The Lowrider Latinas. Panda Stash.
Loud weed.
Loud Weed.
Loud? Yeah.
Shout out to Loud Weed, the home girls.
I was thinking all their names.
Do you remember them? Let's
Oh
see.
yeah, dude, it's Panda.
Panda
Dami,
Stash.
Yeah.
Peace
Dami.
Dami.
Edge, and Shalina. Shalina's been on the show before.
Oh,
A
Shalina.
couple months ago.
Works from Nirvana, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Shalina.
Yeah, she was
Talking about
we love
Shalina.
we love us some Shalina.
Shalina, Balina. I do not wanna feed you.
Shout
That
out.
could be on.
Is the record trade still going down? Record swap.
Yes, record swap. August 28th. Let me get that exact date. I believe it's the 28th.
It is
Yeah.
September 28th, 2019.
The art market,
Yes.
right?
Oh, there's that too. But at the
I'm talking about KDI, the
yeah,
KDIF.
there's going to be a record swap there. Open turntables from 10 a.m. to
Cool.
4, I believe.
That's my daughter's birthday too. Shout out.
Big ups.
Shout it.
Hey, so my daughter
Big
watched.
ups to Tolo's daughter.
So my daughter watched.
Baby God's gonna be
Yeah,
there
we're
too,
gonna
right?
broadcast it there live.
Yeah, so live podcast. So catch if you want to come check it out, talk, get on the show.
Yeah, my daughter watches. It's her birthday that day. That's what.
Birthday.
So she watches this little vato named it's Ryan's Toys Reviews.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, I wonder how much money this vato makes. He's the top YouTube earner, bro. You're talking $22 million a year.
22 million a year.
He's a little kid. He's just turned 6, and he's been getting these numbers since like 2016. Yeah. So shout out, dude. The dad's fucking happier than the motherfucker. He gets to go play like little kid games all fucking day. Dude, he'll post a video and like 2 days later it has like 3-4 million views already. He has his own toy aisle at fucking Walmart now with his own toy figures. So we're in the wrong business, bro.
Think about that kid, like what his parents did. It's his whole life. So kids are growing up, right, watching this kid review stuff.
And now every kid's gonna think they
Yeah.
can make that money.
It
Well,
inspired
no,
a movement,
just
though.
that-
That's cool.
That one, just Ryan. Think about when he's like 15, like whatever's in fashion, right? Like he's gonna be. Then all the kids are gonna be copying this little fool. Think about what kind of marketing that is. That's crazy. Like you get a whole. It's like Disney. That's like Disney's build. That's
No, yeah,
all-
he's his own Disney. Yep, you're right. He's probably as famous as Mickey Mouse. Like no bullshit.
yeah.
With the generations of today, yeah.
Yeah, like my daughter could see that for Mickey Mouse. She'll probably go and like fucking say what's up to that fool instead.
Yeah.
That's how fucking popular. Like she fucking sees this billboard like at Walmart or whatever. So I'm like, Dad, Ryan. I was like, God damn, this little motherfucker. He's making some moves, dog. We're in the. I should have told my mom, man, you should have had me reviewing fucking swap meet toys and shit when I was a kid. 'Cause that's all I got. I didn't get no.
I was gonna ask,
Toys R Us shit.
is there a girl version?
So he has 2 little twin sisters. So I'm pretty sure they're grooming.
Oh,
There's a gang.
They're
of
like the new
those channels
Kardashians.
that are bringing in high numbers too, though.
What up?
There's like a gang of other channels too that are bringing in.
Oh
high
yeah.
numbers,
But
too.
I just checked like the top
But
earners.
he was
and
the big one.
And I was surprised he was number 1. Number 1, bro. By like 10 million or some shit. I was like, damn, this little motherfucker. He's gonna be reviewing adult toys when he's old.
yeah.
A homeowner kills 3 masked teens during attempted robbery.
Whoa.
A homeowner in Georgia fatally shot 3 masked teens during an early morning attempted robbery, deputies said. 2 brothers ages 15 and 16 and another boy, 15-year-old, were killed in an exchange of gunfire.
Dang.
So they tried to rob the man and 2 other people in the victim's front yard at 4 a.m. Damn, what the fuck were they all doing up at 4 a.m.? That was probably going to work. These little thugs fucking, hoodlums. How do I not sound racist? Nah, these 4 kids, no, 3 kids, right? Came in. They tried to rob this vato and they got in a shootout, so the older dude probably had better fucking
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
Fools are probably
The old guys always win those.
Always win the battle. These fools are all missing, and
Shooting doing the sideways gun.
Yeah, and this was used to his Western battles.
So we're all
He's like,
it happened in Conyers,
Straight
a
out the
town
holster.
of 15,000, about 25 miles outside of Atlanta. One of the team suspects had fired at the homeowner first, so he probably tried to rob him, and he actually shot. One of the teens was pronounced dead at the scene, while the other two died at the hospital. They was loving. They was brothers, their Aunt LaShawn Thornton told WXIA. That's a real quote, too. I ain't even making that up.
Wait, do that last
What's
part
the-
again. The woo.
What's the saying?
They was loving, and they was brothers, their Aunt LaShawn Thornton told WXIA.
That's the trip.
So be careful. Don't be robbing motherfuckers. Don't pull out the gun on the wrong motherfucker. Especially here in Phoenix, Texas, and other like fucking open states.
That saying is right, man. You live by the gun,
You die by the gun.
die by the gun.
And they obviously got in a shootout.
Shot first. And
Homeowner
shoot
wasn't
first, too.
injured.
Better make sure you get them and shit.
Yeah, because if you just carry a gun like this, the homeowner probably goes like every Sunday to the shooting range.
Keeps it clean.
Goes to
Everything.
fucking Bass Pro Shop, gets his bullets, for the week.
Man,
Nice holster.
Just
that's
stay home.
on his hip.
On his hip.
It's
stay
molded.
your ass home.
He probably has like this fingerprint safety so his kid can't shoot anybody.
Start a YouTube channel. Start a game streaming channel.
Get a sex doll.
Do something else, and
VR.
but stay the fuck out the streets.
Oh, what were we watching?
That shit is played out by now.
We were watching some, right? Oh, Cat Williams, right? When he's talking about all this shit. The sex robots. So he mentions a lot of shit that we mentioned on From the Great Beyond. So he's on that conspiracy tip himself.
We should have him on.
Tekashi 6ix9ine turns on former gang, testifies for prosecution at trial. That was today. That was this morning.
What?
There's actual audio. He actually,
Testified?
yeah. Rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine testified on Tuesday against, so that was yesterday. On Tuesday, so the clip dropped this morning. On Tuesday against two alleged members of Brooklyn street gang. 6ix9ine explained that his role in the 9 Trey Gangsters Bloods was to just keep making hits and be the financial support for the gang so they could buy guns and stuff like that. Asked what he got in return, the 23-year-old rapper responded, "My career. I got the street credibility, the videos, the music, the protection, all of the above." He told the jury he decided to cooperate only a day after his arrest last year on a racketeering indictment teaming him as a member of the gang. 6ix9ine testified on Tuesday that he was a high school dropout and a deli worker when he launched his rap career. Damn, dude. So he fucking... The audio's there, too, of him fucking snitching.
Yeah. Yeah, he even pointed out like the main leader in one of the pictures, like the main dude that runs the 9 Trey.
Who's the main leader? According to... Allegedly,
what is
according to
it?
Tekashi.
Melly something,
That
dude.
bald cat that was always with him.
Yeah, Melly something.
Is that
I
the
forgot
bald dude that
some
was
shit.
always with him?
No, that's Shotty.
Shotty's like a henchman, right? Like
Yeah.
like a number 2, number 3 guy.
Yeah, I heard that fool got life though, huh? Shotty. Or,
He didn't snitch.
no.
I heard 2 other fools were gonna snitch, right? I might be wrong. But Tekashi definitely snitched.
Yeah. They're in there singing.
He said he began inviting gang members to be extras in his videos for Gummo and other hit songs. He said, because I wanted the aesthetic to be full of 9 Trey. When the videos blew up on the internet, he said, I knew I had my formula. So he probably kept paying these fools that he paid. It wasn't just a one-time fee.
Yeah.
And then he tried to build that fake street cred.
They punked his ass.
And everybody hated that shit.
Them fools are probably punking his ass.
Remember when they
too,
threw down
shit.
at the airport? Did you guys see that fight? At LAX?
Somebody mobbed up on him?
Yeah, but they were weak too. It was like a weak sauce fight. They're all rolling on the floor and shit. So what do you guys think about snitching the way he did it?
And just don't get involved if you can't take it. That's a possibility, man.
Exactly.
You're rolling the dice. It's 50-50.
And that's why I always stayed out of all that shit.
Same. I was like, yeah, cool.
It's like, fuck. I've spent one day in jail in my life, and that was enough for me to fucking hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. You can't go out and smoke a blunt. You can't do shit. They tell you what to do.
It smells. Fucking artificial lighting all day.
Yeah, fluorescent
Like a
lighting.
Treyway.
Fucking light.
You get a
Dude,
flu
it's
shot
whack.
every time you go in.
That shit is whack.
I wonder how
Yeah,
many.
processed, man, like an animal pretty much and shit. You know, you get stripped down, everything and
Yeah, all of a sudden getting shots, getting
Yeah.
naked,
shit. Chest x-rays, everything. and
eating
shit.
rotten sandwiches.
I'm getting close to getting fingered in the ass, right? When you
That
turn
like,
40,
come on. Yeah.
that's when you should start getting fingered once a year.
No, yeah.
Is that where the saying comes from? Like, once you turn 40, you turn gay? At least as a kid, that's like what everybody used to say.
I never heard that, but
It probably means
The
that's
prostate exam.
yeah, I don't think you need to go every year. I think you need to maybe go when you're 40. Then you don't need to go and get until you're like
I
45
think it's every
or
year.
50. Oh, maybe.
Yeah, because shit could change within a year.
Because I heard like you go to the doctor once when you're 30, once when you're 40. Then like when you're 50 or 55, you start going every year.
Bro, they did that shit to me when I was bleeding and shit.
Mhm.
That was all like, put on his glove and shit, grabbed his fucking Vaseline or whatever. He's I gotta do it, man. I gotta make sure you're not bleeding
Right.
like
Internally.
Yeah, internally, it's not like right there. I gotta make sure. So I was like, "Are you sure, man? We don't have to do it." He's like, "I have to, man. I'm sorry." I was like, "Fuck it, dude. Just fucking."
Oh, when I went
Went to the side, bro, and fucking.
when I went for my ulcer, bro, I fucking had I had my butt cheeks open.
I was
Like,
kind of sad for a little bit.
check it.
Yeah.
How'd it feel?
Huh?
How'd it feel?
It was like cold. And
My
then-
stomach hurt for a little bit.
That was cold, bro, and
like,
then,
I
like-
feel like, ugh, I feel weird. Like,
And then you don't want to,
Yeah.
if you clench your asshole, dude, it'll slip in there more because you create like this suction. So you want to just be loose. You get less of a finger in there.
Yeah, I
Take
try to
deep
just
breaths.
relax. Yeah,
Yeah.
just like close
no,
my
that's
eyes.
true.
I
If
was
you're clenching, it hurts more.
Yeah,
That's true.
dude. And you're going to receive a little bit more than you asked for, more than you bargained for.
That's true. The doctor could be heavy-handed.
Oh, I know, bro. I want like the doctor with the smallest hands.
that shit was wild.
I get like fucking Shaniqua with her long ass nails. Let me check you, honey. She just fucking smells her nail. You're good, baby boy. I know what prostate smells like.
Come back next year.
Come back next year. Your prostate smells
You
clean.
cleaning the motherfucker.
You're cleaning a whistle, baby boy. You should go referee an NBA game. Shout out to all the mamas out there, all the daddies. Pittsburgh Pirates closer Felipe Vasquez admitted to police that he tried to have sex with a 13-year-old girl. Damn, that's a current MLB player. Vasquez, 28, was arrested Tuesday and charged with 6 counts in Pennsylvania and in Florida, including multiple felonies related to his contact with the now 16-year-old girl. That Instagram, baby, could be your downfall. Don't ever forget that, people.
That's right.
He was denied bail. Police said Vasquez met the girl while in the bullpen at PNC Park in Pittsburgh and communicated with her through text messages and social media.
That fool hit her up.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was in the bullpen.
Yeah, he was scouting the talent.
That is wild.
It's like, bro, you're a player, not a scout.
he's like, "Hey, mija," pulls up on her and drops his bat.
yeah,
get your number.
showing off the whole game, probably. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Blowing big bubbles with
yeah.
his gum.
Oh yeah, doing all that.
That's how you know.
Man.
he probably had the
That
best
was
game
even-
of his
that was
life.
funny.
He's all pumped up. Now he's all caught, now he's all caught up.
He's got his tobacco bubble gum.
Yeah.
Little package.
A big league chew.
Yeah.
Them
What's up,
chomes.
girl?
Top girl.
Autographing a ball with the phone number.
Yeah.
Vasquez told police he exchanged nude photos and videos with the girl, who was then 13, and drove to her home in Scottsdale, Pennsylvania. When Vasquez, then 26, arrived, the girl got into his car. She told police he pulled down her pants and tried to have sex with her. Vasquez attempted to have sex with the girl. He told police, but he said he needed to leave because he had a game that night. That motherfucker went on game night, bro. Drove an hour away. That town's an hour away from the stadium, according to police. The girl's mother found photographs allegedly sent from Vasquez on her daughter's device and called police, spurring the investigation. So if it wasn't for mama catching up to it, who knows how many fucking bodies this fucking cat would have caught.
No shit. But they Chris Hansened him. Hello, Vasquez. Who are you here to meet?
It becomes notorious.
Damn. But yeah, you're right. How many don't get caught? And how many times was he scouting the stands?
Yeah, you know,
Because he works in a family environment, baseball game, all ages.
popping chubbies all day.
And it's that easy, bro, to send a message now, you know? Boom. Boom.
And that's why these kids that all have phones, I mean,
They end up getting caught up in shit.
yeah, man, that's
you play
amazing.
you're playing with the fire, you're gonna get burned. That's it.
A lot of these parents think they have parental controls or have things limited, but the kids have apps to turn that off. You know, like they know ways around that.
Straight up.
Oh yeah, they'll get a hold of whoever they need to
That's
get a
crazy.
hold of, regardless.
Yeah,
They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it.
that's crazy. Oh, I got a video.
So that dude's in jail for sure, right? For a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. That doesn't.
Then he
sound
violated
good.
and went
Yeah.
back, right?
He got caught red-handed too, right? Because on the count of that, he drove an hour away.
Oh, he admitted to it.
Yeah,
He straight up admitted to it. I think it's this wire, right?
yeah.
That goes into your
I'll
phone.
probably go with like
Yeah,
a
this-
leaner sentence.
I forgot
for him
this is a
admitting to
video.
it.
It's a video. Is it?
Oh no, just to hear the audio.
Oh yeah, perfect. It's audio worthy.
This is something we've been talking about. You know.
Oh shit. Let me grab the speakers downstairs.
Okay.
Give him a quick little intro.
Yeah, because I took the triangle one to my car. So yeah, Tempe, man, a lot of car break-ins. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, and here's the deal: they don't take everything; they just take a couple of things, and then they just close the door, and they lock it too. So you get to your car, it's locked just like normal. So it's like some kind of lockpick thief or something, bro. Because I've heard enough of my neighbors all tell me separately their cars got broken into, and then it happened to me. And I'm like, they all thought they left their doors unlocked, but I bet you they didn't. This dude, like, somebody's like breaking into cars, like smart, and just like looking for stuff. So I had this gold chain, look like a gold chain. It's just for a vape stick, but it looks like jewelry. They made it to look fancy.
Yeah.
He probably saw that, grabbed my Bluetooth speaker, and then just dipped. Weird.
That was it.
Yeah,
That's
right
wild.
in Tempe. So
No broken window or nothing. Like.
no, he doesn't. No, he just looks for either unlocked cars or somehow knows to unlock the car.
Literally, my roommate, he just bought a car, and so it's like there's nothing in it. But he said, he's like the center console was open. He said it was open, and they just took a knife, like his pocket knife, and the only reason why he knew was because all the stuff in his car was in the center console.
That was the only way I knew
shuffled.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he knew it wasn't like that, and then but his car was
They
locked.
take so few things that you would almost think you lost that thing rather than it gets stolen, because your few bucks for coffee still in the console, your change is still, you know what I mean? My sunglasses were still there, which was more expensive than either of the things they took, which I'm like, what kind of weirdo? You know what I mean? I would have grabbed the $100 sunglasses, the nice polarized lenses, but...
We're ready when you are.
All right, this is coming out of the hotbed of body parts known as Phoenix. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, shit. I mean, it just keeps getting better. We're dying.
Don't vibrate
I
up.
think I'm you turn off the mics while you play it.
No.
Horror stories coming out of these abortion clinics for years. What has happened? There's no excuse for it. There are laws in place regarding this that were not followed, and it's very clear that this opens a lot more questions about how this practice was conducted and the legality of everything that they did.
Well, what's going on?
We're back.
What's going on?
More than 2,000 babies found in an abortion doctor's home.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's some Planned Parenthood doctor. They found more than 2,000 babies at this guy's home. So that's what she's talking about. I don't know if the video is going to say all that because obviously I started it and she's already into it. But the headline on the screen says, more than 2,000 fetal remains found at abortion doctor's home.
So babies or like fetal, like
Little fetuses.
fetus.
Yeah.
Little fetos.
I love this reverb
Feet.
we're getting right now.
Fetish.
Are you ready? I'm gonna turn the mics off while you
Okay.
play this.
He aborted
remains discovered at that doctor's home were medically preserved. Indiana law required them to be buried or cremated.
Caught on camera, a guy on a dirt bike falls more than 50.
What are you playing? Commercials?
That was a report. It said 2,000 remains.
Oh, all right.
Fetal remains were found.
I was trying to get this right, that I didn't even pay attention.
They all remain in the
That's what it said.
they all remain in the fetal position.
Man, that's
Yeah,
nuts,
so
though.
really I was
wonder
just
what-
trying.
I wonder what he's doing with that.
There we
shit
go.
in his house.
He's selling them.
Slanging it.
Slanging baby parts
Yeah.
here in Phoenix. How many motherfuckers are here in Phoenix doing that shit? It seems like the hotbed for body parts.
With all the
It's tripping
grays,
me out, dude.
the aliens.
Is,
Unplug this.
is that parallel 33, right?
Man, it's something. I'm just saying that's the kind of stuff that I always heard, like, of the craziest conspiracists, whatever, like Alex Jones, you know what I'm saying, was saying this stuff. And now it's all I hear about on the news. They just keep finding more, like,
Body parts.
parts for sale and cells for sale and all that. I don't know. I just don't get it. I'm tripping out.
I'm going to take myself off the donors list ASAP.
Alex Jones became director at the news station.
I would not be. I'm an organ donor now, but I shouldn't be. I should get that changed. It trips me out. I don't know. I'm scared.
Well, boys, we had another good one, boys.
Good night, boys.
Hope you guys enjoyed those clips. Brody, any last words?
Not really. Just shout out to Smokies. You already know. I'll be there tomorrow. I'll see you guys. And yeah, just shout out the whole crew right here, just chilling. And yeah, catch you guys next week.
Alto.
Yeah. Shout out to the whole crew. Mucho amor.
Mucho amor. Miguelito,
Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Franco,
To add to that, just remember to exhale
and inhale.
and inhale.
We all float down here, Franco. We all float here at True Rest indeed.
Mindful breathing.
Shout out to all the motherfuckers that been keeping it real. The rest of y'all could go fuck yourselves. We are the Roach Clip Motherfucking Podcast. Bitches.
He did it.
I tried to do
You
it.
did that well.
Yeah.